Have you ever felt that strange feeling, even when things are going great? It's a feeling like something is still missing. No matter what you achieve or how much you rest, your mind just keeps running. You might try to stay busy, chase the next big thing, or watch a lot of TV to stop the feeling, but deep inside, you're still restless. You can look strong and calm on the outside, but if your spirit isn't settled, that inner storm will always come back. This is something the ancient samurai understood perfectly. They didn't try to run away from their own restlessness. Instead, they found a simple, powerful way to change it completely. I remember a time when my own life looked just fine to everyone else. I was working hard, making big plans, and getting praised. But honestly, I felt empty inside. I couldn't just sit down without needing to grab my phone. A quiet moment felt wrong, like I should be doing more. Even when I rested, it felt like I was failing. One night, I stayed awake until the sun came up. It wasn't because I was stressed. It was because I just couldn't find peace with myself. That morning, I happened upon an old writing from a samurai that talked about where this restlessness actually comes from. What I read in that scroll truly opened my eyes. The samurai followed a very special idea called Haragei. It means the art of sensing and rooting your energy. They believed that feeling restless wasn't really a problem with your mind, but with your spirit being out of balance. They taught that your energy gets trapped up in your head and it's not anchored safely in your body. Haragei taught them to pull their focus back down to their hara. This is the center right below your belly button, and they saw it as the home of your clear thinking and deep quiet. Before they went into a fight, they would breathe deep into their belly and walk very slowly, focusing their entire presence there. This wasn't just a battle trick. It was how they learned to truly come back to themselves. When you start living from this center spot, all the noise in your head slowly starts to fade away. All that's left is calm, clear thinking, and a feeling of being completely whole. There was a samurai named Renji. He was an amazing fighter, the best you could imagine, but inside, he felt a deep, shaking unrest. He trained harder than anyone. He sat to meditate, he fought, and he even went without food, but he still couldn't get a full night's sleep. His master simply watched him, never saying a word about it. One day, after a long practice fight, Renji finally broke down. He told his master, "I don't know what's wrong. I win every fight against others, but I keep losing the battle against myself." The master just gave him a simple wooden stick and said, "Walk the mountain path with this, but with every single step you take, breathe into your belly. Don't say anything and try not to think anything. Just keep coming back to your center." Renji walked in silence for many days. At first, his thoughts screamed in his head, louder than ever before. But little by little, something changed. His breath went deeper, his chest loosened up, his mind grew quiet. When he returned to the master, he hadn't changed his life or his problems, but he had changed the place inside himself that he was living from. The master smiled and said, "You were never really lost. You were just not home inside yourself." Today, we live completely inside our minds. We are always judging, worrying, and comparing. We spend more time thinking than we do simply breathing. Without even knowing it, we lose the connection to our own center. That's why no distraction or big achievement ever brings us lasting peace. The samurai show us that you don't find quiet by avoiding the world. You find it by planting yourself deeply into who you truly are. The feeling of restlessness goes away not because life gets easier, but because you start living from your hara, your grounded self. Here are simple ways you can begin to find your inner quiet using the old practice of Haragei. Number 1, morning stillness. Sit quietly for just 5 minutes each morning. Put your hands right below your belly button and breathe slowly into that space. Number 2, centered steps. When you feel too stressed, stand up and take 10 very slow steps. With each step, focus only on your breath going into your center. Number 3, simple focus. Try not to do 2 things at once. Give your full attention to one action, even if it's just drinking a glass of water or walking. Number 4, quiet walk. Take 1 walk each week without music or your phone. Just walk and keep your mind anchored in your body. Number 5, daily anchor. Remind yourself many times each day, my mind is not my home, my center is. These are not quick fixes. They are old tools to help you return to the version of you that simply cannot be shaken. You are not broken because you feel restless. You are just living too far away from yourself. The samurai knew that real power doesn't come from thinking too much or doing too much. It comes from returning again and again to your center. When you stop running after stillness and simply start practicing being fully present, the inner storm begins to calm down. You don't need to escape the world. You only need to come home to the quiet place inside of you. That is where your peace is waiting. That is where your real strength begins.